All right.
And we are live.
Live and direct.
What's up, people?
What's up? What's up in the chat?
Good to see. Looks like Liza-Nell's here. Zachary's here. Mark is here. Carl is here. Don. Mr. Big Irv is here.
Don't forget about Galactic Pop Mark.
Galactic Pop Mark. Hi, everyone. We're going to start recording here in a moment. So, or should we just start? Should we just get right into it?
I guess we get right into it. Shannon's running late. We'll probably just let him in during the interim between the first and second segment so that we can get mic levels and stuff when he gets here.
All right.
And, yeah, so we got 14 people waiting for the show. Let's get it started.
Let's get it going, then.
Let's not keep the people waiting.
Yes.
That's right. People.
All right. Here we go. And welcome back to our basements, our respective basements. Hi, everyone.
What's up?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you all doing? Made it through the new year, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here.
Sorry, I really hate performing on New Year's Eve.
Jay had a gig on New Year's Eve, and that's
Two
like
of them.
The worst time to. Maybe performing music, Mike. You could weigh in.
Yeah.
Performing music on New Year's Eve is better than doing stand up on New Year's. Is it a different type of drunk, or is it?
Well, when you get heckled playing music, you just play louder.
Yeah.
So,
There you go. There you go.
Can you just tell jokes louder?
Can you yell your jokes instead? Jay?
So, with drunk audiences and New Year's audiences, you just play the fucking hits and then get off stage. It's it's like, no one wants to hear like CCR's new shit. Just play the fucking hits,
There you go.
But
Jay Whitaker playing the hits.
playing the hits.
Playing the hits,
I got
everybody.
shows coming up. I still need to update my website, I guess. I don't know. Follow me at It's Jay Whitaker. Trying to fuck. I'm in a good mood, but I just want everybody to be happy. Okay?
Why do you sound so mad about it?
Because motherfuckers just not be happy. Like, okay. So last night I'm like trying to, real quick. I'm trying to get excited about the new year, and everyone's just was so beaten down by 2021. People limped into this New Year's Eve party. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I come in there with like, yeah, what's up, y'all? Fucking optimism. Yeah, 2022 is going to be awesome. And they're like, I'm so scared.
It's going to be great.
I guess. So, yeah, whatever.
It's going to be great. Rebecca Frost, everybody.
Hey, no words of optimism from me this morning. Not because I don't have any, just because it's like real early still. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Egress Rebecca on Twitter.
when are you your most optimistic?
When am I my most optimistic?
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this line. Usually when it's not right before my period.
Oh, that's fine. I can deal with that.
Wrong with that?
Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. I thought that could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
So much
No,
worse.
I
I
know.
was like, you could-
Yeah. That's just what it is.
I'm sorry. That threw me a little bit. I'm sorry.
I like making period jokes because it always catches Carrie off guard.
It always does. And it's only when Rebecca makes them that it throws me. I don't know why. Anyway. Too Tall Tony, everybody.
People
Quad
forget
team.
I'm a woman.
Hey. I don't forget about women. Is that what you said?
No, people forget I'm a woman.
That's the
couldn't
worst
hear.
campaign slogan ever.
I don't forget about women. I got binders
I've
of them.
got books full of them.
Binders full of them.
Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or on the Gadget Spot. And then, hey, Shannon made it. Should we toss him in?
Well, if he... all right.
Here we go.
All right.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, thanks for the favor, pal.
Hey, you got it on the right mic this time.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I got one word for you. Dog shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
good word.
Shannon Barneson, everybody.
Dog.
Yeah,
The word is dog shit. There it is.
Yeah. Right. Seriously. 2022. Welcome. Here's a bunch of dog shit to clean up right before you got to record.
All right.
Blowage, good sir, blowage.
And joining us, special guest, our wonderful attorney. It's Mike Anderson, everybody. Hi.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Mike's gonna talk about some legal stuff coming up, and that's
Yeah, we get to say whatever the fuck we want. And we're like, and then he can advise us against it.
Yeah, and then you can be like, "Hey, don't do that," and we'll be like,
Yeah.
"We're not paying you."
This is
Allegedly.
This is all a
Like,
privileged
fine.
conversation, right?
right. Exactly. All right, let's get
Well,
this.
don't forget about our fearless host,
Oh.
leading us into 2022, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Our fearless
Thank you.
admiral.
Wow.
This week, Tuesday through Friday, 6 to 10 at x96.com. Quickly, about last week's episode. I just want to address this real quick, and then we'll get to some stories. The fireside chat. Thank you all for lack of a better term, fan mail that I received because of it. I want you to know I wasn't fishing for fan mail. I appreciate it, but that was just the way I felt at that fireside chat. Is just I don't have a lot of optimism for the coming year. I thank you all for all of your letters. I tried to reply to all of you. If I did not, I'm sorry. But there you go. Thank you is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for all of the positive responses, and you did give me a little bit more hope for the coming year with these emails and direct messages and things like that. So thank you. All right. First of all, I guess we got to raise a glass.
Yeah.
We lost two big ones this week. Ready? Betty White, everybody.
Oh, my boo.
Going out like a queen.
You know, she was 3 weeks away from turning 100. And as far as I'm concerned, she made it. She made it to 100.
She
all right?
made it.
I
The
don't care what
magazine
they-
already printed the magazine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I mean,
today.
That's comedic timing. You know, the magazine goes to
Yeah.
print, the documentary's coming out.
There was another short documentary I saw on her. It was on Netflix, I want to say. It was really enlightening. I mean, she's basically, if you look at her IMDb, it's like a history of broadcast television.
It really is.
It's just amazing. She was there at the beginning and helped form what it is today. You know, every sitcom that you've ever watched, she was there at the beginning of it and helped formulate it. She was terrific on game shows. I got a chance to interview her. Oh God, it was late '80s, I want to say, and she was filthy. I just loved her. She just had the greatest dirty jokes, but she wouldn't do them in the interview. It was funny as hell. But here's a little bit of Betty White roasting William Shatner. You ready?
I've been a huge Trekkie ever since the show first aired, and that's why I'm so thrilled to see Nichelle and George Takei here tonight, because, let's face it, we all know Shatner's nuts, but George has actually tasted them.
Shit.
Cut to George Takei going, "Oh my goodness!"
Oh, my.
Oh, it always makes me laugh when I see Artie Lang on stage, knowing I'm going to outlive him.
Almost did.
Almost.
Did.
He saw it coming and he changed his ways.
Yeah, no,
Oh, but you
at least
know
she died
who
with
I
a
love.
nose, right?
Look at that Patton Oswalt. So adorable. And so short. He's like a plump little troll.
Foreshadowing.
Backstage, I caught him going up on Farrah Fawcett.
Rest in peace.
No, she's
Farrah,
wonderfully
you know I
filthy.
don't mean any of this. You know that. I feel such a special connection to you, Farrah. I'm in my 80s, and that's the last decade you mattered.
Wow.
And who else is here tonight? Where's Spock? And James Spader? And Bones and Scotty and oh, Bill. All your friends are either dead or they hate you.
That's
to be
the
fair,
truth.
I'm a little of column A and a little of column B. But you look great. You know, they make 1% milk now.
Oh, she's awesome.
Darling, you were supposed to explore the galaxy, not fill it.
Wow.
Oh, she was awesome. Completely awesome. Huh?
One of my favorite things she ever did was that movie Lake Placid.
Oh, yes.
She's
Remember that?
hilarious. in that.
Yeah, she's the lady that's been feeding the giant alligator
That's
Yeah.
right.
and keeping it alive, and she's so filthy in that too.
Oh, yeah. She's just hilarious.
Oh, she deserves respect for the fights that she fought over all the years. You know, like back on the Betty White show when the was it Arthur Duncan? Is that
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a dancer, yeah.
the black tap dancer who the Southern broadcasters all tried to get her to keep him off the show, and she told him to pound sand.
Yeah, she
and
said
her
no and
friendship
then
with
gave him more
Liberace and-
airtime.
Yep,
She was just the best of us. Just amazing.
legend.
And honestly, last night me and Jen watched about like 5 episodes of the Golden
Same.
Girls. And God, first of all, casual racism was just fine in the 80s. And
Still happens.
but not like I saw last night. But God, they were all so funny, but she was just so great on that show.
I watched a scene where she was, because her character was known for telling these long stories, and there was one where she just kept going, and B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan were just trying to keep their faces off camera because they were just laughing because she went off script. She just started improvising and doing it. It was just hilarious.
Well, I got to say, big respect to B. Arthur, too, because I realized watching that show last night that she was a straight guy for 3 different people
Yes.
all the
Yes,
time.
yes.
You know?
Like you watch that show now, and you're like, "Damn, there's not a lot out there that does this." And it's those 4. Like it's so good. It's so good. Every character nails it. Everyone hits their mark every time. It's what makes it
You
so
definitely
good.
couldn't have a show like that now because we don't like old people.
You wouldn't give old people a show.
You wouldn't
these
give
days,
old
would
people
you?
a
Yeah,
show.
you think they're gonna?
You're not wrong. I mean,
Healthcare.
And don't forget, I think she's the Betty White was the only person that got to host Saturday Night Live because of a popular vote.
yes,
Just like
I think
demand.
so.
Seth Meyers had tweeted Betty White was the only host he'd ever seen get a standing ovation at the after party, and she got at the after party, I think what was it, a lemonade and a hot dog, and then stayed to the bitter end or something like that.
She loved hot dogs. That was her thing.
Who doesn't though?
She was famous for her love of hot dogs. She just she ate them
Well,
every
there you
day.
go. We should all eat a hot dog a day. We'll live to be 99
I
years
think
old.
so.
Genius.
And the next one we need to raise a glass for. And this one, if you're outside of the Salt Lake, Provo, Ogden area, probably won't affect you, but it had a deep impact on me. Tom Barberi, everybody.
Yes,
Gina's dad.
Gina's dad.
Yep.
That's
I-
a big one.
But I remember him like before he was Gina's dad to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell the story. I never got to listen to him. He was a huge influence on me. I never got to listen to him because I was always on at the same time that he was. But before I did mornings, I would listen to him before I got the morning gig. But for most of my career, I was going on at the same time he was. So I was living in Bountiful, which is about 45 minutes away from Ogden, which is where the KJQ studios were. And it was a wintry morning. I had to drive up to Ogden from Bountiful. And I'm listening to Call, the station he worked at, and they were running maybe it was Jimbo Han, I don't remember. But the main studio in Call also doubled as their production studio. And before Tom went on the air, he would have to read some commercials, some live reads, and record them and then play them back later. And one morning, he didn't have it in production mode. He turned the mic on, and I found out that this is how Tom checked his mic when he was checking a microphone. Check, shit, fuck, piss, cunt. So I'm listening and it's on the radio, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, who do I call? I think I have Hans Peterson's number here somewhere. I have Hans's producer's number here. Oh, so I call soon as I can, I'm like, Trina, you got to tell Tom he's on the air and he's swearing. But I found out later, it says, oh, that's just how I check the microphone. I asked him about it because that's just my standard mic check. But the guy, just a legend, and he had a huge impact not only on radio here, but on sports, on his famous legalized adulthood in Utah. He helped that get pushed along. So just a great broadcaster, Tom Barberi, everybody.
And a great person. Like I think I met him about 3 times. And just a great guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always jovial, always with a quick quip. And Lee made an action figure of him.
Oh, really?
I asked Lee to customize a Tom Barberi action figure using he always hated this. The Fat Scotty from the Generations movie. Because it looked like him. And so Lee just had to do a little, painting, and that was it wasn't hard, but Tom loved it.
And let's not forget one of his greatest contributions to broadcasting is he helped create Gina Barberi.
One of the best people I know.
Yeah, I agree.
So thank you to Tom. All right. Let's get to some news. I need my DC fans here.
Who? Who, me?
Yeah, because Legion of the Superheroes could come to HBO Max.
That could be cool. It could be cool.
Yeah, just get some better writers.
And it's all because of Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh, really?
He is currently hard at work writing his final issues of the Justice League main series. He's still writing both Justice League and League of Superheroes and the crossover Naomi. And apparently Bendis' script for the cover pilot was really well received, also another thing that he's working on. And because of that, he put it out into the universe. He said, I'd love to do a Legion of Superheroes TV show.
Oh.
He made the announcement when he was talking about the cover pilot to HBO Max, so that's being made.
What's cover?
Cover is another. It's Eisner nominated. People are loving this. I haven't read it myself, but it's,
I know.
I'll look it up.
But I know that they're making that Naomi's
getting show.
Yeah.
a show on CW.
Yeah, Naomi and Cover are both coming, and they're both Bendis things. But he said, so Miracle of Miracles, HBO then asked what else I would want to do, and if there's any DC properties I thought would make an interesting show. I may have yelled the word Legion louder than you wanted to in normal adult person business meetings. So the headline today is HBO Max has put me to work on a Legion of the Superheroes TV show.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like if it's done, it's a really cool property. I really like Legion of the Superheroes.
He said at the moment it is being developed as an adult animated show. Can you tell I am jumping up and down about this? I've been working on it for a while. Last week it was sent to the next phase. Facts, it's very early goings, but I can tell you this will be an adaptation of the Legion of the Superheroes that Ryan Sook and I have been working on in the last few years. I think Legion of Superheroes is among the greatest franchises in the history of comics, and I'm as honored to be curating them as I was Spider-Man. So,
Now, Legion of Superheroes is the kind of teen superhero squad from the year 3000, right?
31st century, yeah.
31st century.
I mean, I've always wanted to see a live action Matter Eater lad and
I was going to say,
Bouncing
they have
Boy.
The weirdest powers and names of like any super group in the DC.
Well,
besides maybe Doom Patrol.
His run on Legion ran for 12 issues. It brought Superman's son, John Kent, into the 31st century to join the team. Pitted the Legion against General Zod and the Kryptonian-hating Rogol Zar. Introduced the Gold Lantern, who is joy-based, and teased a great darkness for future issues, which will be resolved in upcoming issues that he is also working on. So, does that make you happy?
Didn't have a Happy Lantern before then?
No, there was no joy. You've got
No Happy
hope,
Lanterns?
I yield to my
hope,
lantern expert.
Will,
Hope, will, love,
death,
rage,
life, rage, fear,
greed,
avarice, and that might be it. Unless I'm for
No Chipper.
No chipper.
And queer.
What's the indigo?
Clear is the apathetic lantern.
No, queer.
Oh.
Is. I'm just joking.
I'm forgetting what indigo is, but there's indigo.
It was like
lantern.
love. It was like love.
It wasn't hope. It wasn't love. What's the thing in between?
Compassion.
It's
It's compassion, I think.
compassion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Oh,
right.
Blackest Night was so freaking good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Carrie, in the chat,
Yes.
I guess we should mention John Madden.
Yes, okay. 'Cause I didn't.
He's on all the video games.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I do this one?
guy.
Go ahead.
As a
John
lifelong Raiders fan, it is like this was the first football game I ever played. If you've ever picked up some controllers, thank you, Shannon, for mentioning this shit. And but John Madden is like the reason why we have these great football games, even though they never update. And they give us
Thank you
the
for
same
your honesty, Jay.
Yeah, like I'll just pick up, like I'll still play them. They haven't updated it since 09, but
They keep changing the year, at least.
yeah, they change the year, update the rosters, and like this is good
You know,
enough.
they pick out a new person to put on the cover that ruins their career.
Yeah, the Madden curse. Yep.
Yeah, but he's done wonders for the greatest for the sport of football, for the Raiders themselves, and for video games, especially EA Sports. He practically put them on his back.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yep.
He
And he was just funny. He just seemed nice and funny too.
He was.
You know?
Yeah.
I saw a clip of him doing Monday Night Football. I'm guessing.
Hold on,
And-
I'll be right back. I got something for John Madden. Y'all keep
Oh,
talking.
okay.
amongst yourselves.
All right. But he was harassing this quarterback, and I can't remember who it was, saying that he
It
shouldn't.
was Troy Aikman.
Was it Troy Aikman? He said.
Yeah,
he said
couldn't grow a
Troy's
beard."
Troy's trying to grow a beard here, and I don't think he should. And then they get a free shot of Troy's face, and that's when Madden got out his. He was famous for the pencil thing that would appear on the screen. And he's like, as you can see here, he's not got a lot of beard. He's got some coming in here, but nothing here. And it's just-
Yep.
I love that. I thought that was terrific.
Well, and can't forget about the Turducken. That's a John Madden right there.
Oh, it is.
A
You can't forget
turducken's
about tough acting to Nacton.
Oh yeah, Tough Actin' Tinactin. He was a spokesman for that. Oh, easy there.
That's for John Madden.
You got to breathe that in now.
Went out for John Madden.
You just fumigated your room.
Spray one out for John Madden.
His explanation of a turducken is so good. You take a deboned duck and you shove it inside a deboned chicken, and then you shove that inside of a deboned turkey. It's a turducken.
Can you please find the audio of this during the break? Because I remember that clip.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, it is time for a break, so we'll.
Oh my god. It's
After these messages.
Back.
How's that smell, Jay? How's that?
You should open
Jay.
a window. You should open
That
a window.
was wow. That's a lot of Tinactin right there, man.
oh my god.
So
Tough Actin' Tinactin.
Moose, the master of mischief, somehow muted my mic.
Oh, at some point in the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Moose.
It was my broadcast partner. I cannot be anywhere without him.
Your broadcast buddy Moose.
Yeah.
The all Madden turducken. This shit is like there's a whole People magazine article
Yep.
about how he just loves his turducken.
Let's see.
I wonder if Frank Caliendo is going to see a resurgence in his career
Oh
now
yeah, you know.
because of his John Madden impression, which is, I mean, amazing when he does it.
I'm finding a lot of articles about
I found one. It's
wait.
got a quick commercial in front, but I'll drop it in the chat, the private chat.
Yeah, Kerry can just play it through his board.
Yeah.
When I first met Coach Madden, man, I was trying to find our locker room. All of a sudden,
Whoa. You can't beat a good turducken.
which turkey is this?
This is a turducken.
This is a turducken, okay.
Sure. So a turducken is a deboned stuffed turkey, stuffed with the deboned duck, stuff with the deboned chicken.
See, and this is what it looks like inside.
Oh, there's a better clip somewhere where he explains it himself.
It's the one I just sent. It's the one I just sent.
Okay, let me look. Look this up here.
Oh, put it in the
Put it in Jarvis.
My mistake, y'all. My
Where'd you
mistake.
send it?
No worries.
Sorry. I'm a good person.
It's all right.
Trust my heart.
I trust your heart, Jay.
There we go. All right, let's see.
It's got a nice like.
Monday Night Football pre-Thanksgiving brought to you Drive Equals Love. I have a feeling I know. Kevin Barlow. Well, John, for years at CBS and Fox, it became a tradition, the turkey leg and all of that, and you brought to...
Are we okay to play this, Mike?
Yeah, doesn't football like go after?
It's how many
you for
years old?
anything?
It's 2002, and it's already on YouTube. So,
Okay. All right.
The knowledge of America, the turducken, and so our friends at the Four Seasons cooked you a turducken.
All right. Ready?
A Four Seasons turducken.
that's a good one.
It's got to be
you'll want to
delicious.
turn your volume up a little bit when you start playing that one, Carrie.
Is it a little low?
Yeah,
It's a little low.
it's a little low.
I was worried about blasting you with Betty White, but all right.
Betty White came across
I'd
perfect,
love to get
but this
blasted
one's a
with
little
somebody
low.
Remember that was a whole bit that I used to want to have sex with her.
That was a bit.
We don't need that. Not
No
today.
bit. All right. Here we go. And we're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for finding that, Jay, and thanks for sending it. Here's the John Madden turducken. All right.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Knowledge of America, the turducken, and so our friends at the Four Seasons cooked you a turducken. There it is.
What that is?
I think it's a turducken.
It is a turducken, but I got to show you how to. I can't show you. I need fresh turducken. I'm going to have crazy turducken. But anyway, here's how you slice it. See, a lot of people don't know. You have to slice it down the middle. See, and then you slice it across this way. Because what it is, it's a deboned chicken stuffed in a deboned duck, stuffed in a deboned turkey, with dressing between the chicken and the duck and the duck and the turkey. So as you cut down that way, you go turkey, dressing, duck, dressing, chicken.
You know, one of the great things about your coming over here is I'm able to ask you all of these questions, because for a lot of years I thought a turducken was some sort of a foul crossbreed. But it's not.
Well,
It's
I
just
mean,
three
wait a
different
minute.
things.
Al Michaels thought it was a mute.
It's really 5 different things.
That
Of course, Al
Passarola.
Michaels did. He's a freak.
And 2 kinds of dressing.
And are you going to have one on your Thanksgiving table?
Yeah, I'm going to have one. I have to bring it though, but you know, because here's
Here
a
it is.
here's a
And they brought it to him in the booth. There he is. Yep. Enjoying his turducken.
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 All right.
It's a
Let's
duck.
see. Now,
I have something real quick. We were talking about the DC stuff on HBO Max.
yes.
I was
yes.
skimming one of those, summaries of all the things that are getting, that are dropping on Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max and all that. The list of DC properties hitting HBO Max, I think today, is huge. I mean, it's a lot of older stuff, but yeah, it's. I hope I'm right about today, but it was like tons of DC animation. There are a lot of things that I hadn't got around to, so I'm looking forward to that. So, anyway, I think the success of the original HBO Max stuff combined with the success of Doom Patrol is kind of opening up a lot of doors. So I hope they do more.
HBO
comics.
Max is, if you're a DC fan, that you need to have the HBO.
You gotta have it.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'll tell you what I'm super excited for in 2 weeks is Peacemaker on
Oh
HBO
my God.
Max. Looks so great.
All right. Since we have Mike here, I just want to,
Oh God, here we go.
we can touch on this. NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, baby.
What does it mean?
It is a token that is non-fungible.
Does
Is
not
this- is
have
this-
mushrooms.
Is this where Rebecca sets me up to be one of the MLM bros? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah. Tell me more about AlphaCon and how I.
Oh, yo, wait a minute.
I didn't know
out.
that was happening in Utah. That's a
I was
In
gonna
Utah
Salt
say-
Lake
thing.
at the Grand
And
America.
the
saw that shit.
logo they're using is not a Greek alpha. It's a lambda. It's a capital lambda.
Yeah.
They have a course in their schedule of like event, like one of their panels is about the Greek alphabet too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's before their mommies wake them up.
That was
I'm
proud
If
boy
you're not
band.
in Utah, you might not have heard of AlphaCon, but
Oh, it's all over the Twitter right
Yeah,
now.
you
but
beta cucks.
Anyway,
I'm a Sigma bro.
so
And before we go on with the NFTs, I have a friend that makes a lot of money from these. My friend Wes, right? And I was like, I heard you make a shit ton of money from that. And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, can you tell me? Can you explain to me what they are? And he goes, no.
This is where we announce we're doing an exclusive Shannon NFT. Right?
it's that picture right there. The screenshot. I
oh
just
no,
took.
no, we get from his T-shirt, his worst T-shirt that he had.
Oh, right.
That's the one we do it from. But I just kind of jokingly reached out to Mike a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Here we go, Geekshow NFTs." and then I changed my mind. No, I want a fungible token. I don't want a non-fungible token. I want
Here's
a fungible
what we do.
token.
We do Dave and Buster's dollars, but for Geek Show.
Yeah.
And everybody just gets Dave and Buster's dollars that they can redeem at any Geek Show restaurant.
And
Geek
also
Show
at
bucks.
Dave and Buster's, hopefully.
Also,
So
Geek Show bucks.
So they're-
Excelsior.
so they're digital images. I know that much.
Okay.
And that's about it. People are selling them, and that's as far as I know.
Okay, so
The Snoopy.
Tell me more about these NFTs. People are selling them?
Why does Snoopy?
it
why
sort of
does
forms a
Snoopy Dogg
pyramid
love him?
shape.
It's a reverse funnel system.
No, so look, they can be any sort of digital asset. It doesn't have to be a picture.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I won't bore you with the history of where these things came
Oh,
from.
thank you.
Other than
Yeah, can you tell me the history of pictures? Where did pictures come from?
Where does come from, bud?
everybody's pretty familiar, I think, with like at least heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum and.
If you could just give us like a real quick lesson about Bitcoin.
Now, hang on. Every time we talk about
Blockchain.
Bitcoin on Gadget Spot, everyone falls asleep. So just be forewarned.
Let's just
So that
Mike, why is there a kiosk in Fashion Place Mall that you could buy the Bitcoin?
okay. Focus.
I don't know.
Should I leave my Bitcoins in the sun, or should I keep them in a cool, dark, dry place?
Put them all
Can
on
I-
a hard drive and lose them for like 10 years, and then they'll be worth millions.
Can I buy
Yeah,
hot dog
I
on a
lost-
stick with them if I get them at the Fashion Place Mall?
I lost 5 Bitcoins.
Hey, also, while we're here, GameStop stock. Is that still going on?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike.
it's still going.
Still
Can you
so-
put an
so-
NFT in a turducken?
So,
NFT inside
I
a
am-
chicken,
I am
inside
gaining-
a turkey,
I am-
inside a duck.
I'm gaining an insight into Carrie's life every Saturday.
Poor guy.
So look, the important thing you need to know about Bitcoin is the blockchain piece. What that means is
Ooh,
it's
already I'm lost.
a self-authenticating currency, right? So it proves that it is what it purports to be. So if I take $1 out of my pocket, you think it's $1, but how do you prove it's $1? Bitcoin solves that by being self-authenticating. They took that self-authenticating piece, the blockchain piece, and they started saying, well, what if we applied this to all kinds of other digital goods? So you can attach this blockchain, the self-authenticating piece, to images, to music, to films. I represent filmmakers and musicians and authors and sports teams and all kinds of stuff. But the thing that excites me about where this is going, and it should be noted that like we don't really know what the potential of this stuff is right now, right? It's sort of like when people first saw the iPod. They were like, oh, I can put 200 songs on that? Well, I'm just going to carry around my giant case of CDs. I'd rather have all of my music. Obviously, like that continued to evolve, and now everybody's got a supercomputer in their pocket with every song known to man.
I do.
I'm very distracted by whether Shannon's happy to see me or if it's a supercomputer in his pocket.
Yeah, I was talking about my dick.
So here, let me just give you an example of something that could be really cool. They now have this blockchain that you know, and we'll just call it an NFT, right? But that's sort of a loose definition. But they have self-executing contracts, okay, that you can attach to an NFT. And what that means is that a musician could put out an album or a song as an NFT, and every time, so they get the $1 or $10 or $1,000 when they first sell that song or that album, and then every time that album is resold, they automatically get a cut.
Oh.
That's a self-executing contract.
See, that's good. That's good. I like that.
So, you know, there is a lot of, I mean, I laugh about this stuff as much as anybody because people are doing some really crazy stuff. Some of it I think is really stupid. Some of it I think is really creative. We all support, well, not we all, but many people want to support creatives. Patreon, for example. We want to support Geekshow, even though, you know, we're not getting anything physical from that $350 we're paying every month, but we want to support.
Hey, you can. What's up?
DM me.
No, I'm totally fucking kidding.
Gross.
But
What are you
so
sending?
for artists, you know, Lee was saying that you know, nobody buys his physical art, and so why would he do any sort of digital art? Well, I would say there might be people out there that just want to support Lee, right? And so they want to buy that first. The original, because it's self-authenticating, right? So the original digital image just to support him, and then Lee could program, and there are websites and you know, experts, and I've done NFTs and stuff for clients. Lee could program it so that when that art of his is resold by the first person he sells it to, Lee gets 20%. Jay could put out a comedy album that he charges $10 for, right?
Sitting there,
and everybody, you know, buys that, and they could keep coming back to Jay and keep paying $10, or Jay could make it a limited edition album and say, I'm only selling 10 of these, and so maybe people are paying $100 a piece for them, and then when they resell them, Jay could program that NFT to automatically send him a cut. And I will say also, this is not like a super new concept. Jay's got a Wu-Tang poster in the background right now for those that are just listening. Wu-Tang Clan did one of the first, what I would call NFTs.
Yeah.
They
had
had
Hustle.
Yeah. And they released an album. There was only one copy. It was bought by a
By that
fraudster,
piece of shit.
A farmer bro.
who's in jail, and then out of bankruptcy, a group of people have now purchased that, and so it's now owned by a collective of people that were all interested in Wu-Tang Clan, and that album is not, you know, you can't find it on any streaming platform, anything like that. So if you want to listen to it, you have to own a piece of it.
Oh.
So you know, that's a small window into this, but it's really the thing that's exciting about it is where it's going to go, not necessarily where it is right now.
Okay. So, yes, Tony, question.
So the thing, well, not a question, more of a statement, or to add on to what he's saying, is the thing that makes NFTs both interesting and I think huge potential for possible failure is that being digital assets, all of this is possible to copy and trade around without the watermark of the NFT blockchain piece. And so that's why a lot of people laugh and make fun of NFTs, because it boils down to it's a JPEG or it's an MP3 file or whatever. And you can copy that and distribute it, just like everyone has always been doing since the birth of Napster and music, you know. But on the other hand, the way that Mike is positioning it is very interesting, because it is used as a way to support your favorite creators directly by purchasing their stuff, and they get to have a piece of the resale. The thing I like about NFTs is a lot of the media these days is getting produced purely digitally. Comic books are drawn mostly digitally now. very few of them still write it or draw it out on paper and then scan it in, or at least it's a shrinking market anyway. And so, how do you buy an original piece of art from your favorite comic book creator if they don't have it written out on or drawn out on paper first? You got to buy the original NFT that they minted themselves if you want to own an original piece of artwork from a creator who only works on a digital medium. And so I think that is a really big potential for NFTs for collectors and people that like to do that kind of thing.
Rebecca.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Okay.
Respond to what Tony just said.
Yes.
So it's true. Like when we're talking about NFTs for images, it's true. It's very easy to right click, copy paste, right? This happened with music, with Napster, and it destroyed the music industry for a while. My band 20 years ago, we were told we were going to have, 7-figure record deal if it hadn't been for Napster. And I was like, well, that's great. Napster happened. What about me? The point that I'm trying to make is that copyright infringement, every time you're right-click copy pasting, you're potentially infringing on somebody's copyright. So the person who owns the original, it's a matter of enforcement, right? If they want to go enforce their right, they could say, and I've seen this with some videos, right? That there are NFTs of some famous viral videos, and they've been just removed from anywhere online. And I imagine that at some point, the person that owns the NFT might put that video back up somewhere, might try to monetize it, or might just give it away for free. Who knows? The point is, it's up to them because they now own the copyright.
Right.
Whereas
they gotta be Lars from Metallica.
Right?
No.
I think that's great. If we can get the enforcement down, then yeah, I think there's a big future for stuff like that for sure.
Rebecca, quickly.
Yeah, dumb question, although I know there's no dumb questions. This is a dumb question.
The only dumb question is the one you don't ask, Rebecca.
Well, that's why I'm asking it. I make an NFT and I sell it. Can only one person own that NFT?
it depends. So there are NFTs like
that's such a lawyer answer.
We started
I'm used to it.
Yeah. Welcome to every conversation we've ever had as attorney-client. So we were talking about images, right? So a lot of those images are being sold as one of a kind. So when people try to copy paste them, and there's even there's code that people are developing, the Web3 stuff. I'm sure Tony's plugged into what's going on there. Code where you could prevent people from right-click copy pasting anything. So if you want to see it, you've got to go to the website to see it. There are other things that are not exclusive or limited edition. So Kings of Leon did an album that was a limited edition album. So I don't know how many copies they sold, but they raised, $1 million plus by selling this album. You could do an unlimited NFT, and all that's proving is that it's authentic. So I could see people using that for in the music industry, we always had laminates. Carrie knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
If you want to go backstage, you've got a laminate. I could see an NFT being used as a laminate for online events with musicians, right? So if you have a favorite musician and they're playing live stream, or if Geekshow does a live feed of exactly, that's a laminate right there. Mm-hmm. So that could be the proof that you're a member and you get access to the thing. So
right.
It's really up to the creators. And again, it's like in its infancy right now. We don't really know what's going to happen, but
that's what
really,
I was going to say. It's like the Wild West right now, for NFTs and blockchain.
Yeah, and all that. So I'd back away from it for a bit. Let's find out where it's going before you spend your money on it. But unless you want to support an artist,
Yeah, the money's to be made at the Wild West moments. That's when the money's made. Is not.
Are you
later
listening,
on.
Chad Harden? Are you listening?
Right.
Ryan Otley?
So if I make a turducken, is it good as an NFT as long as the meat stays good?
Yes.
Or
I think
dressing?
I think your Turducken is self-authenticating in and of itself. Probably doesn't need it.
Self-authenticating turducken.
It probably doesn't need the blockchain.
All right. Let's move on to. We were talking about there's a story in the Hollywood Reporter. I neglected to grab it, so I don't have the details.
I'll pull it up. What is it,
But
baby?
well, I told you about it last week. I think it was that Marvel Studios and Sony are going to push for this new Spider-Man movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody had an opinion on that. So let's hash that out quickly here. I think, why not? You know, there were so many. Oh, fuck you guys. Why not do it? You know.
Yeah.
There's arguments for both sides, Tony.
Well, I mean, I say why not as well, just because what are they out if it doesn't get nominated? I mean, couple bucks for advertising on Sony's end, and they get their movie in front of more eyeballs. Mm-hmm. But I would say that it is not Best Picture worthy. But that's not because I didn't like the movie. I give the movie an A+. I think the movie was outstanding, but I love it because it was a good movie, but I get 8 Spider-Man movies worth of payoff with everything that happens in that movie. And I apologize if that ventures into spoiler territory, but I was so happy to see everything that happened in that movie. And the beginning of the multiverse. Well, not the beginning. The beginning of the multiverse was in the What If cartoons in the MCU. But anyway, yeah. So from a fan perspective, A+. From a great movie perspective, it was a solid B+. I really enjoyed it. But I loved it to the next levels because I'm a big Spider-Man fan.
Jay?
Well, just question for Mike: is Spider-Man? Is that like a lawyer's just wet dream? Do like lawyers just sit there and watch that movie and just be like, "Yo, you see that shit? Look, we did that. We did that."
Yeah, lawyers did that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, that was spent on legal fees to make that all happen, and it's the culmination of a lot of stuff that's happened over the years. You can find right now online the Sony Marvel agreements, because when Sony was hacked, those all got leaked, and so you can find out what properties does Sony own. It's like a 50-page addendum, the most recent one, and it just lists all the characters that now belong to Sony. Wow. and what characters are Marvel, and interestingly, things like Kingpin belong to Sony, but you also see some, or maybe it's Fox, I can't remember, but
Fox.
You're seeing there's now new stuff that's happening with characters that I'm just yeah. So yes, the answer to your question, Jay, is yes. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
go ahead.
I loved it that like James Gunn, when he wrote the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he didn't know that Marvel didn't own Ego.
Oh yeah. I read those tweets from him, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And they had to like,
they did a trade,
and they worked it out. Yeah,
they did a trade. Yeah.
And then the other one, it just happened this week. Someone asked him, he says, "Are we ever going to see Rom the Space Knight in Guardians of the Galaxy?" And he says, "Oh, I would have done it if Marvel owned it. I would have done it, but Hasbro owns him."
Yeah.
I just thought it was great that James Gunn was a Rom the Space Knight fan.
Yeah, him and my friend Charlie. That's it.
And Lee's
a Rom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lee's a Rom for sure.
You know, I was just going to add the cost for Sony to put Spider-Man up for Best Picture is minimal compared to what they're already spending in marketing. For a movie like that, you're talking probably, well, at least 25, if not 50 million in just advertising. P&A is what it's called.
Yeah.
But the thing that sort of bothers me about the whole conversation right now about whether Spider-Man should go up for Best Picture, because maybe it wins, maybe it doesn't. I don't really care. It's all of the hoity-toity folks that are saying superhero movies are not real art, and that conversation.
That's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying.
No. I know you weren't. But I've read articles. I've read articles just recently.
Yeah.
People being like, this shouldn't be nominated because of X, Y, and Z, and I'm just like. What is art? Art is something that's created to like evoke an emotion from an audience, and so
Kevin Feige, he in reading this Hollywood Reporter, Carrie had mentioned,
thank you.
he actually puts it very well.
He He makes a good argument there, doesn't he?
He does. It's the only argument I can get on board with, really. He hopes that Academy members will think about the artistry that goes into storytelling that connects with a wide range of people on a very emotional level. He emphasizes it's a good thing when people are in a theater and they stand up and cheer. It's a good thing when people are wiping tears because they're thinking back on their last 20 years of movie-going and what it has meant to them. That, to me, is a very good thing, the sort of thing the Academy was founded back in the day to recognize.
Exactly.
Well, and come on, it's the only movie that's filled a theater in
the
like
last
2
couple
years.
In a long time. That's true.
But also, like, to me, the Academy Awards they shouldn't hand out awards based on quality or quantity of tickets sold. It should be quality of movie.
Sure, and that's why nobody
all,
watches the show.
But this article is also acknowledging that, like, yeah, it did rake in a shit ton of money and sold a shit ton of tickets, and like,
yeah, it did.
Maybe we should consider that.
But also, it stirred up a shit ton of emotion in a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's why I give it an A+ personally. So I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Mike, on the cost of promoting it versus the return on that. But I'm curious, what do you think the cost to promote it as Best Picture would be? Was that what that 25 to 50 million quote was, or was that just for marketing in general? And how much would it cost for them to push it as Best Picture?
Yeah, print and advertising for a movie of that level, and that's what they refer to. All the posters and all the spots you see on television and
Mazda
stuff like that.
Commercials.
Yeah, that's usually $25 to $50 million usually.
So
for a big,
that
for a big
makes
budget.
a lot more sense.
So then you add a few $1 million for some mostly newspaper industry ads, right? Because you're marketing to the people who vote on who gets nominated. And to Rebecca's point, I totally agree with and what you said, Tony. I agree with what you guys are saying. Film has always been a populist medium, though. And movies like this have been nominated for a long time. Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. If the Academy wants to stay relevant, not that Spider-Man should win, but it certainly doesn't help or hurt the Academy to nominate Spider-Man and show that the modern popular audiences do matter in this whole process.
Yeah.
Right. And don't they nominate like 17 movies now for Best Picture?
Yeah, and they nominate a buttload.
Yeah.
But
I
mean, we're gonna give Spider-Man the nomination, but what about Eternals for just cinematography alone?
Eternals deserves at least
movie.
something for cinematography.
Something there, because that should
for sure.
And costume
beautiful.
design too.
Beautiful picture, yeah. All right, after these messages, we'll be right back.
But we've also got shows like WandaVision getting nominated for Emmys and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, what was it, 3 years ago, Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
So
and soundtrack.
Yeah.
And should have won. I mean, I Black Panther was not the movie. It wasn't necessarily for me, right? But I loved Black Panther, and it should have, I think, won that year. But yeah, anyway, that whole arrogant. We're so snooty,
Yeah.
Scorsese.
drives me crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's getting old and played out. Oligarchs need to die.
Well, I just love it. James
Can I say that
Cameron.
in the chat?
I love it that James Cameron's all. Well, my Avatar movies might not make any money, but also fuck superhero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shannon. Yes.
So true. I mean,
Fuck
so
you, pal.
true.
Fuck you, pal.
I'd also say to Cameron, wasn't Aliens a superhero movie? Wasn't
Right. Most of his movies fucking superhero
Is
movies.
Lord of the Rings
Terminator.
not a superhero movie?
At its core, there is only one story. Who am I? It's the monomyth, right? It's hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, all that stuff. So for them it's what you wrap it in that makes it different from one thing to another. And that somebody's wrapping paper is so much more special than somebody else's. Go to hell.
I mean, exactly to that point, what's weird to me, and I've noticed this about myself, is I'll read or read a comic or watch a movie, and if the wrapping paper is sci-fi or fantasy, it can be the exact same story as one set in a regular setting, and I'll immediately go to the shiny sci-fi wrapping paper just because that's what I like, you know.
All right, let's finish this out here. And we're back. Okay. I know that we've spent the past week and a half just consuming, so I want to hear what you've consumed. I've got a list. I know Mike has one. Rebecca's got one. What have you been consuming? Who wants to start? Jay?
I got to update mine real quick. So
yeah, I'm going to keep mine really fucking simple. I finally started The Witcher. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of grunting. And
I need to watch it.
yeah, dude's sweaty all the time. Cool. I mean, good for him.
Those actors are earning their paychecks. Holy cow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage 4.
I don't know what season 1 or 2, Jay.
Season 1. I'm starting it.
Oh, yeah.
Starting
okay, man.
The Witcher?
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm late.
I've only watched 2 episodes.
I haven't seen any of it, so
I really like that series, but I'm a Witcher fan, so
yeah, so it's fine. All right, I'm late to the party. We just started.
Hey, man,
That's
you're
literally
at the party. That's all that counts.
Kat had never seen Golden Girls until last night. Like she had never. So we're just starting from the beginning, and we're watching that. Streets of Rage 4. That's like been our new thing, is where we have way too many drinks and play Streets of Rage 4, and it's great. It's fun for the whole family. Beat up people and the outfits that Blaze Felding is one of the characters in Streets of Rage 4. It's very nice. Very nice. Good job on the costume design. Streets of Rage 4 people. Very nice. And I get to play Floyd on there. It's a black guy, or you can make him Samoan. It's whatever you want. It's cool.
all right. Who's next?
Oh, a new Nas now. New Nas album is very good. Magic. That's it.
Okay. Who's next?
I could go. It's pretty quick.
All right.
Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats have a new album out.
Oh.
God damn, it's good.
Nathaniel Ratliff?
Ratliff. Yeah.
Okay.
And that guy can do no wrong. And actually, he did a really good cover of Stop Messing My Heart Around or whatever.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around?
Yeah. Him and this lady. Fantastic.
okay.
Guy could do no wrong. So a few weeks ago, Carrie, you were talking about the Beatles thing on Disney
On
Plus.
App-
And you're like,
Disney
not
Plus.
for you. Not for you, Shannon. Totally for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, this being said, I'm not a huge Beatles fan, right?
Same.
But I realized watching this one that I just don't like the middle part of the Beatles, right? I like the start of the Beatles, and I like the end of the Beatles. I don't like that middle part where they freak
Where they
out.
get weird.
Where they're trying to figure shit out, you know? And this album that they recorded on this, it's got my favorite Beatles songs on it. And watching this, just watching them be them, and not the mythicized versions you see of the Beatles, them just being dudes.
Okay.
And their work process. It was really amazing. I thought it was really, really good. I don't blame Yoko for anything.
No,
well, except,
not a damn thing.
Except for that one part where she's howling during it. So I would say, like, even if you're not a Beatles fan, but especially if you're a Beatles fan, you should check this out. It's just a really interesting watching, no matter how you feel about them, one of the most influential bands of all time.
Yeah.
If not the, right, when it comes to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'd also add, if you're somebody who's ever wanted to write a song, because it demystifies that whole process. You just see Paul, noodling around on a guitar, and then he goes to something else, and he comes back to a riff, and then he goes to something else, comes back, and he's like, oh, and then all of a sudden, let's get back, right?
Yeah. And what I really liked about it too is they would come up with a riff, or they'd even have some lyrics, but then they'd sit there and go. They'd totally pull like a Jack Black,
yeah,
right, and then fill in the lyrics
right
after. I was at the liquor store the other day, and this lady had a Beatles mask on, older lady, and I go, "You watched that show? Did you watch the thing on Disney?" And she goes, "I've watched it 3 times through."
Oh my!
That's
God.
so
that's
I can't. Right? I was like, "Wow!"
Too much.
But yeah, so that's
paint drying for 18
Right.
hours.
so. Anyway, fantastic. Watch some Golden Girls,
All right.
and I think that's all I got.
Rebecca?
Oh, and Book of Boba Fett. Stop
Well,
shitting
yeah.
on it. Stop
who's shitting
shitting
on
on it.
it?
I've seen
People are
lots of
pooping
people
on it?
shitting on it.
I read one article
on
from
now.
the San Francisco Gate, and this guy was just like absolutely shitting on it, and I'm like,
No, fuck him.
fucking how?
San Francisco is snooty as hell, so
Yeah.
done.
Rebecca?
Done.
Boba Fett. I've been calling him King of Tatooine, and my husband won't talk to me anymore. I watched Don't Look Up, as
I did too.
a bunch of us
That's
have.
on my list. Yeah.
I want
Man.
I want to talk about Don't Look Up.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of 2006's American Dreams. If you've seen that, it's one of my favorite movies. It's about like an American Idol type show, but there's like terrorism because it was 2006. But that's what I liked. Don't Look Up. I can understand why some people don't like it. Kind of fun to watch Leonardo DiCaprio pretend to be into women his own age.
Damn! That's the quote of the episode right there.
And then if this is a game I've been playing this week. I don't know if you have played the card game Splendor.
Okay.
There's a Marvel edition of it, so I bought it real fast, and it's a ton of fun. You like collect different Infinity Stones, and if you've played Splendor, there's like new elements that they've added. Like you have to get one elusive Time Stone. And you need the Time Stone to finish the game. It's really cool. Would highly recommend that. That's all for me.
There you go. All right, Tony.
All right. Yeah, I also Don't Look Up. Thought it was fantastic. I can't wait to have a discussion about it. On Christmas Eve, we decided to watch a Christmas movie, and we couldn't decide or figure out which one to watch. And I'm scrolling through Netflix, and I come upon this one where the poster has a ton of people I like. It's got Ron Perlman. It's got what's her name from Arrested
a lot of people
Development?
you like.
Judy Greer. A whole bunch of folks on there, and I'm like, this looks interesting. And it's called Pottersville. You guys ever see Pottersville?
I've heard of it.
It's this crazy show about a small town that a guy gets drunk and
Heard of it.
runs around in a ghillie suit with a gorilla mask, and they think
Yes.
that they found Bigfoot.
Oh,
And then one of those shows that debunks mysteries and stuff comes to town and tries to find Bigfoot, and it's a guy that is just gets drunk and runs around in a ghillie suit in this small town. Anyway, it's a weird show. It was really fun though. I quite liked it. Witcher season 2, finished that. I thought it was great. Really enjoy that series. We're catching up on the latest season of Succession, aka Anxiety the show.
I just finished the final season last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh man, I think we're on episode 8 or 7, and that show, wow.
I want the guy who plays Tom on that show. I want him to be Doctor Doom. I want him to be Doctor Doom.
He could do so good.
I do.
Yeah.
All right.
And every time that intro starts, that music, like I can feel my anxiety levels rise a little bit. Like whoever does the music in that show is phenomenal.
There are no good
let's
people
see.
on that show. No one to root for. Not
No,
one
there's-
goddamn one of them.
It is a show full of just terrible people.
You can't even root for Greg. You just can't. You
No,
just can't. Anyway, go ahead.
We watched The Matrix Resurrection, and I liked it. I thought it was really cool. And yeah, there's a lot of differing opinions on this one. I really enjoyed it.
No, I didn't dislike it. I was just kind of, that was a thing.
You're lukewarm, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got the Hot Wheels game, the latest Hot Wheels game on my Xbox. Don't let that kiddie style fool you. It is hard. I'm racing on medium mode, and I'm getting my butt kicked, and I'm good at racing games. But it is a lot of fun. Really cool. The graphics on it look just like you're playing with Hot Wheels cars. And the tracks, even the texture of the tracks, it looks like just like the plastic on the tracks. Like it looks awesome.
Can you whip your brother with one?
I'm sure if you tried hard enough, you could. Last thing, honorable mention. We stumbled upon this one. Have you guys ever watched Nailed It on Netflix?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
That show is so funny. We stumbled upon that one, and we're starting at season 1 and going, and that show is hilarious. If you want to watch a weird baking competition show that just goes off the rails every time, and the judges are not afraid to sit there and just lambast the contestants. Oh,
Like what the? Like they're like, what the fuck is that supposed to be?
So what were you thinking with this choice? Oh, it's great. Nailed it. Love it.
All right. Mike.
Well, a couple things building off of what Tony and Rebecca have recommended. I think if you're a fan of the Matrix movies, give it a shot. It might be for you, it might not be, but I thought it was a romp, I would say. Yeah. As far as like board games go, a couple that I think are awesome. One is called The Crew, which is a card game, super short, but you're doing missions in space. There's also an underwater one, really fun. And the other one would be Dune Imperium, which is like a brain melting. It's part worker placement, part deck building, and all of that stuff. Video games, still playing Guardians of the Galaxy, Halo Infinite, Call of Duty Vanguard are all fun. The Tomb Raider games are all free right now on the Epic Store.
Oh yeah, good point.
All of the new Tomb Raiders, so you can get 3 Tomb Raider games for free. I've been revisiting Scott Snyder's Batman series during the break. The Court of Owls stuff is a lot of fun, and there's a video game coming out this year, I think, called Gotham Knights that'll be drawing from that. But really, the recommendation I wanted to give was on the Geekshow Patreon, the Kids Table Super Fancy Holiday Beverage Burping Spectacular for Food Perverts.
My gosh.
For food
So,
perverts.
If you haven't signed up for the Patreon, this 10 minutes is worth $3.50 alone. So go do that. I was laughing out loud very hard.
What? How do I get there, Mike? What? How do I find this thing?
I think it's geekshowgotthiscovered.com.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've just been watching things for a week and a half. Book of Boba Fett, terrific. I don't know why people would complain. Don't compare it to Mandalorian because it's not that.
It's different. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And just the fact that we finally get to see how he gets out of the goddamn.
I
Like in the first 5 minutes. Like
Patton
there
Oswalt
was
died for this.
someone on Twitter matched up that scene with Patton Oswalt doing his filibuster on
Parks and Rec.
on Parks and Rec, and it fits like perfect. Jay, your mic is not putting any sound out for some reason.
But Book of
did you?
Boba Fett,
Was your dog?
terrific. And I got Jawas, I got Sand People, and I got Ming Na. So that's all I need to make me
Well,
happy.
and you got Matt Berry.
And Matt Berry. Thank you for pointing that out.
Once again, I have to yell at everybody to watch the goddamn credits.
Yep.
I was like sitting there watching that droid. I'm like, is that Barry?
I
that
didn't.
not bad?
I didn't catch it. I didn't.
I
catch
did.
It.
I was like, whose
Anyway.
voice is that?
Don't look up. All right. People have been asking me about this.
Oh, man.
Here's how I describe it to people. It's not about a comet.
No.
All right? It's not about a comet. I know you think it's about a comet hitting the Earth. It's not. It's about how we would react to something like this. And it's all so damn accurate, it's depressing. Because
It made me so mad watching this.
Because
But I
everything
loved
that
it.
happened in response to this disaster that is happening would happen in our world today. And that's what
No,
was...
and it's frustrating.
Yes. Frustrating. Also funny.
Yeah.
But frustrating as hell.
And Jonah Hill, man, have you ever wanted to punch him
man.
in the face more?
He was perfect. He was perfect in that role. I watched. I got the Roku TV going, and I watched Slugfest, and that's the documentary series about the comic book industry. Here's the thing: I thought I knew a lot. There's shit you don't know.
Like what? What did you learn? What's one thing you learned?
Yeah, Carrie, what's one thing you learned today?
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
I thought I knew everything about how they killed Robin with the vote thing. There was stuff about that I didn't know. I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
Oh.
I thought I knew about the whole Jack Kirby leaving and coming back from Marvel thing. I thought I knew all about that. There's stuff about that I did not know.
Huh.
I'm not going to spoil it. Go and watch it. If you're a fan of comic books, it's terrific. I watched that Reno 911 movie.
Oh, is it out?
How is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just kind of there. Not. I mean, watch it. I could be wrong. I didn't find it anything at all. Encanto is on the Disney show.
Oh, I want to watch that.
And that was delightful. That was
Okay.
just delightful. It was exactly what you know it is. You know, it's just a nice Disney movie. The animation's terrific. And good songs. I'm not a musical fan, but there was some good songs in this one.
Lin-Manuel knows what he's doing.
He does. And then finally, the current season of Star Trek Discovery. I can't rave about this show enough, and especially this season. It's so good.
Man.
And Sonequa Martin Green is my new favorite captain, period.
But, Carrie,
You've got to see her.
talking about polarizing shows, man, my buddy Charlie, he loves Star Trek.
Yeah.
His whole house is just decorated in it. He sent me a text the other day. He was like, you know what? Fuck Discovery. I don't like it. He goes, I don't like it. It's just a bunch of people sitting around talking about their feelings of space.
Well,
and I went,
yeah.
I go, did you get to episode 6?
They're at mid-season right now with this current season. It starts up again in February. So I would just suggest you sit down and binge it. It's what Star Trek is supposed to be.
I agree with you. I 100%.
It's got, yes, it has all the feels, and that's good Trek.
That's the point.
It has that's yeah. They're rebuilding the Federation, and you're seeing that, starting from the ground up, and especially this last episode where it gets right into the heart of what Star Trek is, and it's diplomacy, and it's about inclusion, and it's about trying to do the right thing. I just love it. I just love it.
Can I say I can understand one complaint people have with this season?
And I disagree with them wholeheartedly because especially this season is so good.
Well, I'm just gonna say there's the one thing I can kind of understand is we got another thing that shows up and disappears again. You know what I mean? As the through line. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I could kind of get that,
Is it an energy orb? There's a lot of energy orbs in Star Trek that float around.
It is a dark matter anomaly.
Okay, close enough.
But it hasn't disappeared. That's the thing. It's well, all right.
Yeah.
Just
I gotta
watch
catch
the
up
show.
on this one.
Watch
Okay.
the show.
I need to get caught up.
This show is just so, and Sonequa Martin Green is just. I watched an interview with Jonathan Frakes talking about directing her, and he talks about her like she's the greatest actress that he's ever encountered, and she could very well be. And he points out some of her process, and you can see it on the screen, and it's just, she's just amazing. Yeah. All right. So that's what I've been watching. Games, Tony.
None.
Anything? I didn't
Nope.
think so.
Go play some of your backlog.
Or Tony gives you time to finish up Letterkenny too.
Yeah, you got to finish up Letterkenny. We had to stop after the 3rd episode because we were laughing so hard it hurt. So
Is that the prostate exam episode?
No, the 3rd episode is when they go to the
Dick Farm?
the Dick Farm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic show.
Mr. B, if you would, please.
So here's the deal, guys. So you're not buying the ham. You see, it's not the ham. It's a digital copy of the ham, and it's only your ham, right? You see, unless somebody right clicks, or it's your ham. You got to picture the ham.
It's an NFH.
Yeah, it's a non-fungible ham. What am I taking crazy pills? What don't you understand?
All right.
Well
right.
done. Well done, man.
That's good. That's
Indeed.
good. Oh, well, let's...
Okay. Well, thanks for dropping by, everybody on the YouTubes. We appreciate you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Now get out there and enjoy the rest of your year.
I'm surprised there are as many there as showed up, honestly, because it's
Yeah.
New Year's Day and
It's
everything.
New Year's Day. Yeah, we got 30 right now. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast in 3, 2, 1.